Brittany, Wiltshire. Yep. Jamaican, born and bred. A lot of reasons. My father worked for Air Jamaica, and I think we were looking for a new adventure within the airline industry, so Dubai was a wonderful bet, and Emirates is a great airline. So we moved over there, and it's been great ever since. Nicholas Wiltshire and Francis Wiltshire. I have a very vivid memory of being in the gardens at Hopefield Prep and shaking my shoes out for caterpillars under the tree. I have no clue if it's real or not, or if it's a planted memory, but it feels extremely vivid. Whether there were caterpillars, yet to be told, but that's my most vivid memory. Well, when my parents told me we were moving there, I thought, okay, is this close to the pyramids? I was very excited that it was, because that's what I knew. Getting there, we arrived in the middle of the night, so I didn't see much, but the next day it was all desert. Dubai has, grown so much since, but it was new and exciting and very hot, but I was young, so I was excited. I had a little boyfriend named Sky. Well, I think we went on a date to Devon House, and I dropped my ice cream, and so we shared an ice cream, and I think that was my goodbye to him. I'm very often asked, are women allowed to drive? Do you have to wear, cover up? And both of those are totally false. Women can drive. I have my driver's license. I've been driving since I was young. And it's actually quite vibrant in terms of a Muslim country. It's almost like the Las Vegas of the Arab world. So I think the people, the vibrancy, there's always something new to do, something new to see. We have the world's tallest building. We have an indoor ski resort where I learned to ski there before I went to France, and that was fantastic. So there's always something new to do, and you'll never be bored. I think I really miss the food, of course. Ackee is very difficult to get in Dubai, so sometimes we have to stock up before we go back. I miss patties so much, and that was the first thing I came right off the plane. I had a patty. And I think I miss the land, the people, the culture. It's just always so amazing to be back, and I don't feel this way anywhere else in the world. So I had a tasty patty fresh off the plane. I was met with it at Norman Manley Airport, which is my absolute dream come true. I'd been thinking about it since the moment I booked my flight. So, I think that being able to have such a wide breadth of experience, both in terms of living and education, it's just made me think anything is possible for me. And I think anything's possible for all of us, but I feel really blessed and privileged to have that internal understanding and that hope and that belief in myself that whatever I want to do, I can do. Well, I would have loved to be a point ballerina. I think that's kind of out of my realm of possibility now at 25. But definitely becoming fluent in Arabic before I leave the UAE is on the list. Yes, well, the population of Dubai particularly is almost 80% expat, so English is everywhere, and it's kind of difficult to find somebody to practice your Arabic with, particularly if you're rolling within the Western expat community. But I've definitely made it kind of my 2021 resolution to go out there and practice my Arabic more and work towards fluency. I think the things I'd like to hold on to are few and far between. I think that's the same for all of us, but work from home culture is definitely something I'd like to keep. I think it provides so many of us the flexibility to balance our work and life in a way that suits us and also suits our companies. And I think providing people with that flexibility can only do good in terms of mental health and just well-being in general. So I hope we keep that. I think that the way that I walk through the world just on a daily basis has changed so much. You know, in the early months of COVID, I went back to Dubai from the UK and we had to get a government permit to leave our house to go to the grocery store or the hospital or anything. So we were definitely very limited in terms of movement, and the first time I left my house, all those months later, the outside world felt surreal almost, and so it taught me, don't take the simple things for granted. You know, don't take hugs for granted. That's almost the biggest thing. Being able to have freedom and see our family and our friends. And now I live kind of in gratitude a lot more. That's a good question. I work a lot, so I don't have a ton of time for fun, but I love to read, I love to go rock climbing, I hang out with my friends in Dubai. We're always going to new and interesting restaurants, so we're kind of foodies in that space, which is really great, and I love going to museums and just basically getting my hands on anything that's going to be new and interesting and cool. New songs. I did hear this one. I did hear Go Down There, and I also love this song. It's old, by Damian Marley. I can't remember the name, but it's in my head all the time.
So any new dance techniques that you've learned?
You know, I'm kind of stiff back, I'll admit, so I have to work on that while I'm here. I think I would love to be remembered for being a truly gracious person while also keeping my eyes open to everything in this world, both good and bad. I'm having a delicious espresso martini. You know,
does it get your approval?
It does. It definitely does. I think this is one of the best I've had in a while, which is saying something. The espresso martinis, you kind of can't go wrong there. It gives you the caffeine with the alcohol, so it's a perfect mix.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.